a remarkable workshop of wonder.
This is amazing.
Home to experts of every kind.
Thank you.
Together, they revive beloved belongings.
Oh, get an idea of it. This is amazing.
This is absolutely brilliant.
Bringing both the items
This looks like it's seen much better days.
and the memories they hold
It's him. You ready?
Yeah. I'm ready.
back to life.
Wow.
It's amazing. They are stunning.
I like it.
Welcome to the repair shop.
You're all right, Will. I've never seen you concentrate so much.
Hey,
What are you up to? Oh, okay.
fancy a game?
Why not? Okay. It's been a few years though.
Mind my knuckles. Oh, do you know what the joke is? That's your drill.
Yeah, great.
Hey, Jeff. This is great, isn't it?
It's gorgeous. It's quite a rare little thing, this.
It's very
It really
nice.
is, yeah.
The first visitors to arrive today are sisters Julie and Tracy, who have travelled from Gosport in Hampshire. They're hoping pinball wizard Jeff can work his magic on a globe-trotting gaming gem.
Welcome to the barn.
Thank you.
This must be yours.
Definitely is. Yes.
What exactly are we looking at here?
We always refer to it as the pinball machine, but I know it's got a different name, but we can never say it.
Come on then, try.
Pinchinata, a pinchetta.
Very near. Pachinko.
Pachinko.
machine,
Yes.
yeah.
How exactly does it work?
If I remember rightly, you put the ball in through the hole there. This is the lever that you would ping the ball around, and it would spin, drop through wherever, and it'd go ding, ding, and then eventually they come out here.
Whereabouts do you get it from?
Our dad got it from Japan when he was in the Navy in Singapore in 1970.
So did you do lots of travelling then?
As children, he was away an awful lot.
6 months to a year sometimes, yeah.
Did you go and visit your father in Singapore when he was stationed there?
Yes, we did. We all moved out there as a family.
We lived across the border from Singapore in Malaysia itself. I was 9, and then Tracy at 7.5, because there's 4 of us, see?
What was life like out there for a child at such a young age?
Brilliant.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Big
So,
smiles.
mainly because school finished at 12 o'clock.
Did it?
It was too
really?
hot.
That's an easy day.
Yeah, it was an easy day. It was lovely. Yeah, it was such a good life.
When's the first time you saw the machine?
When we moved into our house, when Dad come with this, it was like, wow, this is ours. Yeah, this is for us. So we've actually got photos of us outside, and I am front and centre of the machine. You know, I always remember the noise it made going around the metal rim. I can hear that now.
Dare I ask, how long ago was it last worked?
71 is when we got back to the UK. It would have been unpacked from its crate.
Yep.
We probably would have had a few goes, and Mum swiftly said, right, that's it. It went to the loft, and there it stayed until last year.
Why did you keep it for that amount of time?
It was very much, you know, part of Dad's journey. It's our connection to living in Malaysia and the times we had. And he always would say, "I'm gonna have to get that repaired." But then sadly he got really poorly and passed away Christmas last year.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so
Yeah. What are you hoping I can do to this lovely machine?
From memory, it lights up. Also, every time it hit these here, it dinged. So it was quite noisy, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah.
delightfully noisy.
little tings and ding 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 ding.
Yeah, and just come alive again, really.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be really nice to take you back down memory lane and to get this working for you.
Thank
That's
you.
lovely.
We'll see you very soon.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
This is great, isn't it?
I'm looking forward to having a go on it, yeah.
Well, you've got to fix it first.
Yeah, it needs some love and attention.
Do you want a hand?
Yes, please. You okay like that?
Yeah. There we go.
What an amazing and gorgeous machine. I have worked on one in my life in 1971 when I actually owned one myself, but had no idea what to do with them. But I'm a little bit in the dark and I'm sort of mildly nervous. Looking at the front, the first thing that strikes me is this looks very poor condition and very, very rusty. So one of the first things I'm going to do is take this metal frame off and send it off to be re-chromed. That'll make a huge difference. Once the frame is out, I can obviously get to the playfield, which will need a bit of polishing up, but generally that's in very good nick. One of the problems with this machine, because it was wall mounted, is that it's not stable. So I'm going to talk to Will and see if we can make some type of cabinet. At the back of this machine I've got the electrics. There's a bit of wiring going on here, and I presume that different lights come on at different times with these switches, but I need to put a new power supply in before I can sort that out. Then I've got all the mechanics. This machine works by being full of balls which run down little pathways. Unless the balls run really freely and easily, the machine won't work. So my first job is to make sure the balls can flow freely.
Come on then, Susie, how's your football knowledge?
Oh,
Strong?
no.
Oh, great.
I know there's a ball
Oh, goodness me.
and some players.
Okay. We're about to have a lesson.
Okay.
Stepping in to give Susie a crash course in the beautiful game are brothers Kirk and Ian Russell from Glasgow.
Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
This looks interesting.
So this is the 1963 Scottish Cup final match ball, which belonged to our papa, our grandfather, Ian McMillan, who played for Rangers in that cup final, which they won 3-0 against the rivals Celtic.
Congratulations.
Wow, that's amazing.
This is the actual ball
Yes.
from the cup final.
That's right, yes, this is the one.
How on earth have you got hold of this then?
So this ball was smuggled off the pitch by one of his teammates, Jim Baxter. This was likely to be our papa's last cup final for Rangers. Such was his position in football, as revered as he was. I think he was coming towards the end of his career, and I think his teammates knew of him as being a good player, a gentleman, and I think were more than happy for him to be given some kind of award for that. So he put it under his jumper, took it off the pitch so that it could be given to our paps, yeah.
Brilliant.
It was headline news, there was clippings and photographs of Jim Baxter with the ball up his jersey.
So did Jim Baxter present this to your granddad?
Briefly, the referee caught up with him and took the ball back because you were not allowed to take the balls in those days, and so the ball was then taken to the Scottish Football Association. But thanks to, I think, a lot of persuasion from various Rangers players and the management team, they managed to persuade SFA to give it back to our grandfather.
What an incredible piece of history.
It's an extra special memento that we have from that.
So
Wow.
your grandfather was really like a top player, was he?
Yeah, they won 4 league titles when he was there, 3 league cups, 3 Scottish cups. They played in a European Cup final. He scored 2 goals in a Champions League semi-final. He's inducted into the Rangers Hall of Fame and into the Scottish Football Hall of Fame as well. So he had a fantastic career. I'm very proud of him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible achievements.
Yeah.
What was he like as a granddad then?
He was a big part of our lives. We'd go and visit him regularly most weekends. He would take us out the back garden. That's probably where you got your football skills from. Practicing free kicks in the back garden with him, teaching us and things.
Whenever we went, we always made a beeline for the cupboard to get the ball out and kick it around the flat, kick it around the garden. Never spoke about where it was from or what it was. So just very, very humble and very modest.
Let me just get that right. So whilst you were a kid, you'd use this one?
Often.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably why it's in
Oh my
the
goodness.
condition it's in, yeah. So,
Can I have a look?
of course.
I love that you just had no idea as kids.
No.
It's just another
That's
football. So it's even got a signature on it. Look.
Oh, look at
So,
that.
yeah, sorry.
Whose signature is that?
That's his signature. Yeah, the bladder.
That doesn't sound good. What is it that you would like me to be able to do?
So it would be great if it could be returned maybe to a sense of structure. It makes it look more like a ball, and the leather be brought back to life a wee bit. It'd be great if we could see the signature maybe a little easier.
And what would be the plan for the future of the ball?
Yeah, well, we've actually been in contact with with Rangers, and Rangers are quite keen for it be to display the Ibrox in their trophy room, so which would be just fantastic.
Well, I think that all we can say is leave it with us.
Yeah,
Do the best we can.
absolutely.
But promise me you won't kick it around the flat anymore. Please.
Those days are done. Thank you very much.
See you soon.
Thank you very much. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank
This is amazing. I've got a ball here that is so well known in the Scottish football folklore. The bladder itself has completely perished, and I can tell that because it's rattling around in there. I'm going to have to open this ball up to be able to remove the old bladder. So that's started the process. Actually, I'm quite scared because the thing that I'm really worried about is sewing it back together. And when I come to inflating the new bladder, will the old seams hold up? If they don't, it's going to create a lot of extra work for me. But just have to wait and see what happens. There we go. Now as I just press this panel down, I can expose the old bladder here. And that's 60 plus years that's been in there. It's going to give up the fight. It really is going to give up the fight. There we go. Oh my. So that has definitely had its day. And there's some writing on the side, made in England, and more importantly, it's got the size on it, a number 5, so I know the size of the bladder that I need to find. I can pop in a new bladder, fix it into position, and then close up this seam. And then once I've got this sewn up, I'm going to have a chat with Lucia and see if she can highlight the signature.
Will,
Hey Jeff.
hi there. That pachinko machine,
Yes.
I really desperately need a cabinet for it.
Right.
Because the machine isn't freestanding. So what it needs is a box around it so it can be static and put on a
Okay.
table.
Because in theory, they usually go into the wall, right?
That's it, yeah. I've done some sort of basic diagram.
Okay, leave it with me.
I really appreciate it, Will.
No worries.
Thank you.
At his bench, Jeff is taking a closer look at the intricate inner workings of the pachinko machine.
So I've given the machine a very basic initial clean, and now I'm just seeing if the actual mechanisms work or not. Balls drop in through here and they fill the machine up. So all these little counterweights have to be able to move freely. They then run through here, then they run through here, and this should move, and it's not. It seems a bit jammed, so I'm going to lay the machine down and see what's wrong with it. Okay, I'm just going to look inside its innards. If I pull this nail out, I'm going to remove this little plastic cover. Right, found the culprits. Look at this. A little rubber ball and a little stone. Amazing. I wondered if a younger Julie or Tracy may have run out of balls and thought, oh, these are about the right size, so they'll do nicely. Now, that's working beautifully. That's all free. That's absolutely perfect. And then there's this chute that goes into this weird box. I haven't a clue what it is. So I'm going to take it out now and take a peek. Ah! It's got bells in it. It's got bells, the bells. So let's see, I wonder if I put some balls into here. I wonder if I can make the noise. Fantastic, that's lovely. Love it, absolutely love it. Now I've got rid of the blockages to the machine, I've got to take it all apart, really thorough deep clean, get rid of all the debris and rust. Then I can put it back together and then feed the machine with those hundreds of balls and check if it works or not.
Jeff has asked me to make a cabinet for the pachinko machine. All of the woodwork has been done. Everything's been cut out, measured precisely. I now need to glue and screw everything together. And I'm hoping my measurements are right, because if it's too small, the machine's not going to fit inside.
Next, Peter Moss and his son Alex are hoping bookbinder Chris can rewrite the future of a publication that tells a tale of human resilience and hope.
Hi there.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
What do we have here?
This is Raggle Taggle. This is very precious to us. This is a book created in a prisoner of war camp where my father, Jock Moss, was a captive held by the Japanese Imperial Army.
So your father was in a prisoner of war camp?
Yes. He was there for, I think, 3.5 years in total.
How did your dad end up in the camp?
He was a member of the Indian Army in Kuala Lumpur. He was in Singapore, where senior officers walked past with a white flag and a Union Jack to surrender to the Japanese.
Allied troops who were captured by the Japanese during the Second World War were sent to prisoner of war camps all over their newly acquired empire to be used as slaves for the war effort. Jock Moss was sent to one of 14 camps on the island of Taiwan, known as Shirakawa, Camp 4.
Do you know much about the conditions of the camp?
From what I hear and understand, the conditions were pretty atrocious.
He certainly had nightmares for the rest of his life.
Goodness me.
So this is a prisoner of war camp magazine, basically?
It is basically a prisoner of war camp magazine.
Who would have contributed to this book?
The prisoners in the camp, for the benefit of the other prisoners in the camp. Basically, as a distraction against the misery and despair that they all had.
So if you can read something like this, you realise so many other people are in the same boat as you. Kind of gives you that hope.
Antidote to despair.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's why Raggle Taggle is so important. That's what your father focused on in the camp.
I think that's entirely right. It was terribly important to him and therefore to us.
What was your father's involvement with the magazine?
My father was the editor of it.
It's absolutely beautiful
It's
on the inside.
Unbelievable.
They are a series of stories and handwritten, typed, painted, puzzles, amusing anecdotes.
Was it one copy and then was it passed around?
Absolutely. There was only one copy and there are 800 people to read it.
Really?
So they were allowed half an hour per individual to read it. That's why it's worn and torn and the mosquito netting covering.
Is that mosquito netting?
That's mosquito netting and brown paper and rice glue.
It is truly unique, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It's one of my fondest memories of my grandfather was actually going through this magazine. I mean, it was always about the people who contributed and brought it to life.
What did your father do with the magazine when he returned home?
He decided that it should be printed, and there were about 400 copies made and distributed. And in order to print the book, sadly, some of the pages had to be cut out.
Yeah.
What would you like me to do?
It would be astonishing if you could in any way hold the pages in some way back. I would love somebody to conserve it for future generations.
I'm really looking forward to getting stuck in and read the contents as well.
I cannot thank you enough.
We'll see you very soon.
Really great. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Goodness, I have never ever seen a book like this. It's phenomenal. What a title page, sport. And what a beautiful drawing of factory roofs and chimneys. It's a testament to the resourcefulness of the prisoners. It looks like craft paper, it's mosquito net. It's a really historical, important book that needs to be maintained. There's a long way to go with this book. It feels very, very weak along the spine. All the little scuffs I will stick down. I just need to conserve that. The first thing I need to do is to get it dismantled internally so I can repair the pages.
Did you ever play football?
Do you know what? Never good at football.
No?
No. I fenced. Fencing for about 15 years.
Strike the pose?
The problem now is, if I lunge, all right, I can't get back up. The knee's gone.
You'd be easy to beat.
Exactly.
Susie has fitted a new bladder in the football and is trying to figure out how to sew it back up without popping the replacement.
Now, I've been giving this closing of the seam a great deal of thought. I've got very old fragile leather, and I've got a bladder that is very close to the surface here, and I'm using very sharp needles. So I'm using like a saddle stitch because that's how this was originally sewn together. This is by far the hardest part because I've got no room to sort of work in. I need to get the curve of the needle inside and come out of this hole here, but everything is really, really tight and it's fighting me. It's just so awkward. But I'm going to battle away here. I will not be beaten. So close. It's just so close all the time. There you go. Ah, yay! One little stitch. Oh, I'm so pleased. I'll take it. Right, so that's that first bit done. Now I'm just going to start pulling up from where I began and start tightening the whole thing up. So this seam is nicely pulled together and it looks really, really tidy. I'm very happy with it. It's going to hold this ball together nice and tight as I pump up the bladder. Hopefully all the other seams are going to hold too. That's my biggest concern here. So I just need to pump it up. So you can imagine, I mean, I feel nervous just blowing up a ball, but how Ian must have felt with his teammates going into that game. So now I'm in the danger zone. I can feel the resistance on the pump. Can't hear anything, can't feel anything. I think we're good, I think we're good. It feels really good. It feels like a ball again, it's got some life in it. I'm now going to attend to the areas where we've got some surface cracks before I hand this over to Lucia.
Jeff has got the frame of the pachinko machine gleaming and is ready to see if this arcade antique can still spring into action.
I can lift the machine up. We can open it up. Now the moment of truth, I'm going to put balls in the machine and see if the mechanism works. So I'm going to go to the front, and here I place a ball in this little hole here, comes through to the plunger, and off we go. The mechanism seems to be working. That's a very good start. Hooray! I won! Amazing! Yeah, I got the noise, the pachink sound when you actually win. And we think that's where the name pachinko actually came from the sound itself. I am overjoyed. I could easily spend all day here, but I've actually got work to do. So I need to get on with the electrics. The electrics are relatively simple, but it's some nice bulbs that flash on when you get a win, which there are only 2, but do brighten up the game. Now, both the bulb holders and the bulbs have seen better days and need to be completely replaced. I'm going to use standard modern pinball lamp holders and bulbs. First thing I need to do is solder this new bulb holder to the red and the yellow cables. Nice steady hand. Great, that's good. Right, well that's soldered beautifully. I've just got to do the second one now, then I can put some power onto the machine. Right, wires in place. The moment of truth, stand the machine up, let there be light, hopefully. Well, if all is working, there should be a light here, right in the centre, and a light up there. Geronimo! And the switches work as well, which is lovely. I'm very, very, very pleased. Just need to play the machine and make sure everything works as it should.
Chris has fully dismantled the Prisoner of War magazine and must now reunite the pages that were torn apart.
I've been working on the pages and I found one of my worst fears written about. He's talking about a vivid dream in which, under public gaze, some vital garment, my trousers for example, was missing. And the delight is that he's done a drawing of himself without any trousers, and he's got some hairy legs and knobbly knees. Utter delight. Laughing and having humour raises the spirits, and I can see why Raggle Taggle would raise the spirits. The big issue I have with this book is that the pages have been cut for the printing after the war. That's where the major damage has occurred. And the problem I've got is rehinging them. So to address this concern, I'm using some really, really fine repair tissue, and it's heat reactive. So the glue on it gets reacted by heat. So I apply it with a heated spatula. So the glue reacts and sticks. What I'm doing here is reconstructing the folded page. I've got 7 more pages to rehinge, and then I am going to sew the text onto this piece of cloth, which is how they did it in camp, and then I can give it a new spine.
Jeff and Will have reached the final stage of their repair of the pachinko machine.
Right, Jeff.
Hello, Will. Will, fantastic job on the cabinets. That's fabulous. If you'd give me a hand, I'd be very grateful.
Happily, happily.
Okay.
Ready?
Lovely, okay there.
There we go. Oh, please fit. Hold on. Oh, Jeff, it fits.
That's absolutely brilliant. I'm so pleased.
It looks quite
honestly.
smart, doesn't it?
It looks beautiful.
What's left to do?
Just got to drill a hole for the electrics, give it a final polish, and we're done.
When this retro Japanese marvel arrived, it was a rusty relic with jammed mechanics and lights that had been out for decades.
All working?
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Look at the light back there, that's lovely.
It looks beautiful, actually. I'm really pleased.
Stick this over here.
Now Julie and Tracy have returned, hoping the buzz, bells and bling have been brought back to the machine that holds memories of their father and their childhood in Malaysia.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
We're back.
You look really excited.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Would you like to take a look?
Yes, please.
Yeah?
Yeah. Oh my word. Wow. Oh my God. This is beautiful.
Frame's beautiful.
Shiny.
I'm speechless, honestly speechless.
It's on a base, Will. Did you do that?
Yeah, Will did an
Oh,
amazing
wow.
job. Yeah, amazing.
We always used to have to lean it slightly against the wall, so this is just like perfect. And is that light?
That's the light. Yeah, it's got power to it now.
Yes.
God, takes you back. Really takes you back. We had it from Dad. He's not here to see it. But he'd be so excited. We wouldn't get a look in.
Yeah. I want to ping it. Okay.
Oh! On your first go.
That sound.
It is great, isn't it?
Oh, it's the sound. Just takes you back. You can close your eyes, you could be back in Malaya. It's amazing. It took me back. I felt like a kid again.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You know, obviously Dad's not here to see it, but he would have been so proud and so pleased.
Next to arrive at the barn is Emma McLennan from Kent. She's bringing a rare instrument that's crying out for a rescue from luthier Becky.
Hi there.
Hi.
Tell us about what you brought in.
I've brought in today a Cretan lira, which is a stringed instrument played with a bow.
It's quite a unique instrument, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? I haven't actually seen one in the flesh before, so it's a real treat for me.
Yeah, it's quite beautiful on the backside as well. It's nicely carved.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
It's very traditional for Cretan music.
So it's a folk instrument then?
It is a folk instrument, yeah, but it's at the heart of any Cretan music ensemble. But particularly at big parties called Glendi, where you would be celebrating the community, an anniversary, or you'd be celebrating something like the orange harvest, or a celebration of cheese pies.
Cheese pies. I love cheese pies. That's great. They should be celebrated.
I know, exactly. You know, any excuse. And there'll always be a band with the lira at the centre playing.
Who does it belong to?
It was my son Alex's, and it's something that Alex loved. My mother is from Crete, and Alex had been going since he was a small child. So Alex spoke the Cretan dialect.
Really?
And he just loved the music. So he was keen to learn to play, and that's why in 2013 he ordered this, just taught himself.
My word. Are you quite proud of Alex and the way that he embraced the culture?
I'm hugely proud of him. He was a real people person anyway. He got to know people in every walk of life, including some shepherds from the mountains, going up to the sheep shearing. There's music and there's food and drink, and it's really quite an experience, yeah.
How long did he play this for?
He played it until 2019, when he could no longer play it, because he developed motor neuron disease. And, excuse me, he lost the ability to use his hands. He couldn't walk, and so he had to stop playing. And so it's inevitably fatal. But Alex was 31 when we lost him.
31 years old?
Yeah. We lost him in 2020. But really, he played it as long as he had the ability to play, which is why it's quite an important item for our family. Sadly, something fell on it and it bust. Restoring it will make us almost feel as if we're somehow restoring Alex in some way. I just want to see it whole and played again.
Okay.
And I'm so grateful to you for taking it on. Really, it means so much to us.
It's an honour to me.
I really appreciate it.
We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah, you take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye. This is an absolutely beautiful instrument. I can really see why Alex loved it. With these instruments, you press your fingernail to the side of the string. You don't stop it with your pad of your finger. So the fingerboard here is quite grooved where Alex's fingernails dug into it. I love that he's left that little imprint on this instrument. So I'm going to be preserving that. This hole in the front is an absolute disaster, really. First thing I'm going to do is remove this front. I'm not entirely sure where I'm going to go in. I don't want to cut anything, I just want to break the glue seal. This blade suddenly feels really thick and there's no give in this seam at all. This feels very wrong on a lot of levels. I'm going to introduce a bit of moisture. If it's natural glue, it should dissolve a little bit. I think I'm starting to get there. I think the water is doing something. The slightly bigger blade actually sank in a little bit then. Yes, that is starting to come away. My goodness. I can't tell you how relieved I am. There was a moment there I thought it's never coming off. Once I've managed to get around the whole of this front and remove it, I can actually start to fix the crack.
Susie's repair of the Scottish Cup final football is all stitched up, so she's passed it to Lucia to bring the all-important autograph back to life.
I do not want to cover up any of Ian McMillan's signature. So I think what I'm going to do, the actual end of his name, the N on the end of Macmillan, has disappeared. So I thought I can actually reconstruct that. I found a few of his signatures on memorabilia online, and I've been practicing just in pencil, but this is the one I'm going to use, this nice soft N. I literally have to guess this in terms of the size that I want it to be. And so he takes the little railway tunnel of the N from the bottom. That's good. I quite like that it looks a bit sort of smashed up. You can see it's there. You actually know what it is, even though it's broken, and you can read it. I'm pleased with it. I think what I'm going to do now is go back to some of the other lettering on the signature, and then I'll hand this back to Susie.
Becky is making headway with her repair of the Cretan lira.
Ooh. The main issue is obviously this great big gaping hole in the front. Gosh, this feels fragile now. Oh, look though. A lovely maker's signature inside and the date 2013. It's always lovely to look inside an instrument. It's a real privilege, actually. My plan next is to turn my attention to this front and get the bits of wood roughly back in the correct positions. I'm just going to clamp it as much as I dare for now to stabilise it. Now I've got all the cracks aligned, I'm going to glue them. This is a hot natural glue that I'm using. I'm going to get as much into this crack as I can to make sure that it goes all the way down through the crack, so that I've got a really good joint here. The clamps are going to hold the sides of the crack in position as the glue gels, so it's really important I get this on quickly and have aligned both sides. I've got a straight edge here that I can use to check the sides of the crack are even. I just need to manipulate this a little bit here to flatten it out. That's actually gone down quite nicely there. Both sides of that crack are level, thank goodness. Once this part of this crack is dry, I can then tackle the rest of them.
So what have you got there, Becky? Looks interesting.
Yeah, this is the Cretan lira, and look at all this Greek writing inside there.
Oh wow, yeah, fascinating. Isn't
Letters
it?
I don't even know.
No, I get a lot of Dutch writing inside the fairground organs that I do. So maybe you should learn Greek and I should learn Dutch.
Do you know, there's an app for that.
Is that really? Oh,
I think
brilliant.
so.
Chris has got the pages of the Prisoner of War magazine back together as one, and now needs to add the all-important spine.
The pages are all sewn. I've got my fabric hinge all ready to be stuck to the board, and then over that I'm going to attach the new spine. So this is a major part of a book, the spine. I found a bit of paper and I am so pleased with the match. I'm going to use a mixture of paste and PVA. I don't want it to dry so quickly, so I'm going to use PVA to get it stuck, and then the paste is allowing it to maneuver. Once the spine is complete, I can then move on to repairing the dust jacket. I am going to start re-sticking the mosquito net down into its correct position. I'm going to use some rice starch paste, exactly what they'd have used in the camp. It did the job 80 years ago, so it should do the job now.
Becky has conquered the cracks on the lira repair. She now needs to turn her attention to reuniting its fractured components.
I'm thinking about how I'm going to reattach the front to the body of the lira. There are absolutely no flat sides on the back of this beautiful instrument, so I've got no way of anchoring clamps around the edge to reattach the front. So the plan is to mix up plaster of Paris, and with this former, which to make really I just drew round the outside of the lira in the rough shape I wanted to make a plaster cast. The reason I need this cast is that it will give me a flat surface here to clamp onto, and that should make it a really strong bond when I finally get the front back on. The cling film is used to protect the surface of the instrument from the plaster of Paris. So the next step is to mix up plaster of Paris. I love doing these jobs. It just brings me back to my childhood. My granddad was a carpenter, and we used to disappear into his shed making things with wood, but also making things out of plaster of Paris. I think he would find this really funny, actually. Before I made elephants and crocodiles, and now I'm making a cast for a Cretan lira. Okay, it looks quite creamy now. Now I can pour the plaster in. I want to make sure that I've got enough in all the way around the mould so that it's nice and even. I'll just lift it. Ah, that's better. Now I can just leave that to set. All I have to hope is that the instrument doesn't stick to the plaster and that I can get it out. So just keeping my fingers crossed.
It's approaching the final whistle for Susie's repair of the 1963 Scottish Cup final football.
Lucia's given the ball back to me and I'm so impressed with what she's been able to do. It really has brought this ball to life. What I want to do now is to just put the sheen back into it. So I'm using a dry cloth and a little bit of product to get this in the best condition I can before I give back to Kirk and Ian.
This piece of footballing folklore was a long way from being match fit when it arrived dull and deflated after Rangers legend Ian McMillan had used it for kickabouts with his grandsons.
How's it looking? Are you happy?
I'm really happy.
It looks like a football again.
And it looks healthy.
Well done.
Thank you.
Now Ian and Kirk have returned, hoping Susie has been able to breathe new life into the ball that sparked a media frenzy, and to keep their grandfather's legacy alive.
Hello.
Hello.
How you
doing? You okay?
Welcome back, both of you. So, how are you both?
Excited to see the ball today, that's for sure.
They're excited and nervous, obviously, talking about it the whole way, coming down to see this.
Now that obviously Paps has sadly passed, it would be lovely just to get a glimpse of what it might have looked like back in the day.
You ready to take a look?
Yeah, yes. As will ever be, yeah.
Okie dokie.
Oh wow, that's absolutely first class, isn't it? That's absolutely tremendous, and it's shaped like a football as well. This is great. You can see
the signature there.
It's great. You can really see the signature. You properly read that now, whereas before it was so faint, and it's lovely to think that that's his signature. He's written that. Thank you so much, Susie. That's excellent.
Well, it wasn't solely my work. Lucia did an amazing job of bringing out that signature.
That really is great.
You can just picture Papa and the team of playing with that ball in the cup final, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's quite a special thought, isn't it?
He was a very, very modest man, but I think for him to see this and to reminisce some of what he went through, I think he'd be absolutely delighted.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, I'm very pleased to say it's yours to take away.
Wonderful, thank you so much indeed.
Or should we have a kick around outside?
No, this is good to take now. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Much
you.
appreciated, thank you.
I think they're happy, Susie.
Oh, just a bit.
Well done.
Oh, thank you.
Just to see obviously Papa's signature on there, you can read it now, which is absolutely fantastic. So it's a very fitting tribute to our Papa.
Rangers have been very kind in offering to display this. The ball means so much to the Rangers community and to us as a family, and we're delighted to be able to share it with everyone.
With the cast now set, Becky can bring the elements of the lira back together in harmony.
I've put the body into the cast, which does seem to be doing the job. I do have a good flat surface to clamp on. Now I've got the trickiest part of this whole restoration, I think, getting the front reattached to the body. I always dry clamp fronts back onto instruments first. Because the glue takes hardly any time to gel and dry, I want to be able to just do it in section after section. It just makes it a much calmer process. I'm going to start at the top here, and I'm going to use my opening knife to work my way round in sections, forcing the glue in through this seam so that I get a really nice strong bond and I'm not stressing the wood at all. I'm so concerned about getting this front on properly because it was so perfect when Alex played it, but I am quite paranoid about not getting a good joint between the front and the back. It looks as though everything's going how I want it to, but I'm not going to know until the glue has properly dried and I've taken all the clamps off.
Chris is about to write the last line in his repair of the magazine Raggle Taggle.
I'm really happy with the way it looks. It feels like they would have had this back in the day in the camp. There's very little I have to do. It is just toning down and blending the old and new piece of paper that I put in for the spine. I'm using watercolour because it has that nice ability to feel faded. Add a bit of colour in, but it still looks a bit washed out. I've got a bit of mosquito net to put on top just to make it look really spot on, and I can't wait then to be able to hand this back to Peter.
Created in captivity by prisoners of war after the fall of Singapore to Japanese forces in 1942, this magazine offered hope and humour for inmates facing despair. When it arrived in the barn, it was fragile and frayed, with loose pages hanging on by a mosquito net thread.
Right, Chris, you ready for this?
Yeah, I am.
Very nice.
Now Peter and Alex have returned, hoping to see the magazine as it was when their father and grandfather created it to offer hope to prisoners of war in their darkest of hours.
Hi guys, welcome
Good
back.
morning.
Morning. How have you been?
I'm intrigued, fascinated. I can't wait.
Should we take a look?
Please.
Yeah.
Dolly. Dolly. Wow. That is astonishing. Absolutely miraculous. Oh, it doesn't fall to bits.
I can't believe you've managed to do all of that.
Thank you so much. Just beyond words.
Absolutely a pleasure. I wanted to hand it back to you looking like it would have.
And you've certainly done that.
And you're now an important part of Raggle Taggle.
That's yeah, a huge honour.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well done, Chris.
Thank you, Will.
I'm feeling in wonder, really, to hold it in my hand in the condition now, which must be as near as could possibly ever be to how it was 82 years ago. And to be able to see it for the first time intact, it is wondrous.
Becky is approaching the finale of her repair of the Lyra, and it's reached a critical point.
I genuinely didn't know until I took the clamps off whether the front would have glued properly, but it has, and it's such a relief. And it's the bit I've almost been looking forward to the most, preserving what's left of Alex on the fingerboard. There are some little dents on here where his fingers have touched, and I need to keep those. It's really important. Usually I'd sand it all off and make it all beautifully smooth. In this case, I'm definitely not going to do that. With just my normal varnish polish and a microfiber cloth, I'm going to be removing the dirt, but preserving the wear. I can feel the grooves in the fingerboard where Alex played it. That's lovely, actually. Once I'm happy with the finish on this fingerboard, it'll be time to put the strings on, and then Emma can hear this beautiful instrument once again.
This Cretan Lyra symbolises an everlasting bond between a mother and a son, but an accident had left it shattered and silenced, until now.
Let's have a look. It looks amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah?
Oh, I hope Emma's pleased.
I'm sure she will be.
Emma is returning with her daughter Katerina, hoping to hear the instrument sing that meant so much to their brother and son, Alex.
Hi there, welcome back.
Hi. Wonderful to see you.
Nice to see you both. Now, when we last saw your mum, she was telling us about your brother and his love for Cretan music and culture. Do you remember him playing this at all?
Yes, yeah. We're laughing because when he was first learning, it was not the most pleasant experience. So we had to bear with him over the course of the summer. But by the end, he was pretty good.
Yeah.
He was. The lira was broken. And at the same time, Alex was physically broken by motor neuron disease. And to see it whole again would be a bit like seeing Alex restored. It's symbolic of renewing and getting things back on track.
That's really beautiful.
Yes. Would you like to see what Becky's done for you now?
Yes, please. Okay.
Look at that. It's amazing. You can't tell. You know, you can't tell at all. Thank you, Becky.
It's been a privilege, it really has. It's a beautiful instrument, and I've been very careful to keep all the marks he made on it, like the finger marks in the fingerboard, because that's him, embodied in this.
Wow. Just wonderful, just wonderful.
Thank you so much. Can I introduce you to Theo Lace, who's going to play this beautiful instrument for you?
Hello, wonderful to meet you.
Likewise.
Gosh.
So this is it, huh? Beautiful.
Thank you. That is so wonderful. I know this song.
Oh, you do?
And it's a song about a man singing to his mother after his death
That's right.
and remembering him. And so it's just perfect choice. Thank you, Theo. The choice of song was so emotional and so perfect. And it was his voice singing to his mum and his sister again.
It just feels like we've had a piece of my brother restored to us. I can't wait to hear Alex's favourite songs on it. I can't wait to hear my children play it. And bring his spirit back in some ways.
If you have a treasured possession that's seen better days and you think the team can help, please get in touch at bbc.co.uk/takepart and join us in the repair shop.